everybody gets in here. And so, okay, find a comfortable position. Crowd here, we're gonna be, you're gonna be moving your arms, so make sure that you have enough space. Make sure that you guys have enough space. I'm just for me personally, what I'm doing today is I'm gonna do it with my shoes on because I've never done it with my shoes on. My objective in teaching everyone is so that you take away something that's practical that you can apply in your life on a regular and constant basis. If you can take off your shoes and get into nature, it's going to be much better for you. And so let me move the position on this just over to here. And so, yeah, don't worry about this thing. Just work around it. So doing these exercises, the most important thing is that if you can get into nature, get into nature. If that stops you, just do it. Just do it anywhere, anytime, any place. If you can take off your shoes, it's going to take your health to the next level. It's going to increase your fitness and your energy practice. Qi means energy, Gong means practice. So there's demystifying the whole Taoist thing, right? These are the ancient secrets to cultivate energy inside your body. That energy is going to naturally heal the human body, right? And so again, I don't want to do it because the chemicals in the carpet, mess with me. And I've never practiced in my shoes, so I'm going to try it for first thing today. Taking off your shoes, this is one of the secrets for longevity that I'm going to give you guys right now. I actually need to put this thing back. Beep, 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 beep. Keep changing it. Okay, let's try that. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Okay. So one of the first practices that I'd like to introduce you guys to my philosophy, and again, this is just my take on energy exercise. There's many ways you can exercise. There's no bad exercise. It's only what you have energy to do and your biomechanical athletic ability. A lot of what I see in the parks is very stressful for the human body. And you've got young, old, fat, tall, short, skinny, men, women, all doing burpees, which is a high performance athletic activity, and most people don't have the biomechanics for that. And so one of my longevity tools, and I learned this because I lost the dexterity in my own tissues and felt like I was losing neurological function in my legs from black mold poisoning that I had and subsequent autoimmune issues. And so come on over here, Rich. Find a place anywhere, and we can stagger too. You guys can come out here. Just stagger. So one of the first things that I did was I'm losing my balance in my body. So how do I rebuild that? Well, I have a shoe policy in my house. I don't like to bring the garbage from the world back into my house. So I take off my shoes a couple times a day. So I realized that just tying my shoes, I had to balance, and on top of it, you have to stretch your lower back, right? And so if I can take these off on one foot on both sides, I get to work on my balance a couple of times a day. And it goes flexibility, stability, strength, and then power. You can't have one without the other. So this covers the stability and the flexibility all in one. And it's a good daily practice. Does that make sense? Is that practical for you guys? Mm-hmm. Everybody heard of walkers, wheelchairs, canes, right? This is your guarantee if you don't activate your central nervous system and your stabilizers. And so the first movement that I'm going to show you guys moves every joint in the body, and it also moves the interstitial fluid, the lymph. And so the lymph, a stagnant body of water, turns into a cesspool. And so you just start rocking back and forth. 75% of your weight goes on one foot. This is called the Zen swing. It's trending on Instagram right now. So if you were to do this for 20 minutes a day for the rest of your life, you'd be functioning like the Gong masters that you see on YouTube, right? You've got full apparatus you got full control of your apparatus. So this type of practice is just going to tune everything up. Close your eyes, put your tongue on the roof of the mouth. If you have problems balancing, open your eyes and just do a gentle gaze on the ground. 75% of your weight is going on one foot and then coming back to the other. Your eyes are on the horizon, so the twist goes into your upper cervical, your neck joints. And so this is going to move the cerebral spinal fluid as well as the synovial fluid. It's going to lubricate the ligaments, the joints, all your bone material and all your connective tissue. It's going to move the fascia, but more importantly, it's going to harmonize the biological oscillators, the mind, the heart, and the gut. So if you've got a big meeting that you're worrying about, you got monkey mind, what about this, what about that, what about this, what about that? If you just do this for 5 minutes, it will calm the monkey mind, right? It'll put you into a meditative state. And in that state, the body is relaxed and it can optimize. You're also putting energy into the body, and the body is a self-healing mechanism if it has the proper environment and the proper nutrition. That's the cutting edge of science and epigenetics right now, is what you do to your genes to express them. And so just rocking back and forth, this covers all your movement or exercise bases. As I taught in my lecture, exercise is a necessity, not a luxury. Okay, so you have to move your body every day. Why? Because the pump for your lymph or your interstitial fluid is your pelvic floor, your transverse abdominis, your diaphragm. And so that is the pump. That's why it is necessary for you to move the body every single day. Walking's my #1 exercise because everyone knows how to do it and everyone can do it. So, and if you just want to take it up to the next notch, or you want to do something that moves the tissues in a more fundamental way, then you can do the Zen swing. So closing the eyes, tongue on the roof of the mouth, in through the nose and out through the nose. This puts you into a parasympathetic relaxed state. The body can heal itself. Most people are dealing with chronic elevated cortisol, stress hormone levels, and so this is the antidote to stress. Just rocking back and forth, eyes closed, dropping into the body, feeling the hip, sacrum, the shoulder complex, keeping everything mobile, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and dropping into that meditative state. The slower you move, the faster chi moves. The faster you move, the slower chi moves. After a few minutes of a few practices that I'm going to show you, you can feel the energy in your hands. And that energy, that chi, that prana, you can then either heal your body with your hands on, or you can heal other people. We're all healers, guys, newsflash. And the world needs healing. The world needs you, healthy, balanced. And so just dropping in, 75% of your weight goes up on one foot, comes up on the other. And we're going to do a little variation. So again, this is the movement. Eyes on the horizon allows the move to go up into the upper cervical. We're going to do a variation now because some people have kinks in their neck. So we're going to bend over. Remember, we're gently swinging. This is all gentle movements. If you feel you're going too fast or there's a pain in your, slow it down. So and kick your jaw out, your neck side to side. Feel where the tension is in your brachial plexus, your trapezius. Just move the arms into that and get a little bit more of a dynamic stretch, a movement stretch. Now we're going to kick our hands out, which will get into the shoulder heads. And your legs, you should bounce. A little bounce in your knee. Keep the movement. And this is really just to get into our own little neck and shoulder issues. Move the neck from side to side as well. You might feel a vertebrae crack. So just make those fine-tuned adjustments, side to side, front and back. Really just get the body moving. And then come back up into center. Come back up to center and just drop in. And do the variations. So I didn't learn traditional Qigong and Tai Chi. I learned some basics. And then I gave myself permission to practice. I challenged myself to 200-day gongs. Well, I completed 200-day gongs. And my mentor actually challenged me to the first one. I challenged myself to the second one. If you drop a day, you have to start over. And so I've been doing this for 7 years. When you do a 100-day gong, it's in your human template forever. So even if you take 6 months off, you know you can go outside and loosen your bones and calm your mind and calm your digestive tract and bring your heart rate down, etc. So just make those adjustments, whatever feels good, guys. Go into what feels good.
Is that how you meditate?
What's that?
Is that how you meditate?
No, I practice Vipassana meditation, but that's a bit more of a commitment. And this can be a meditation. A lot of people have the monkey mind, and it's hard for people to meditate today. We're not living in India. You know, we got electronics and stuff like that. So I do promote meditation, but I think I can get people covering their exercise bases and their meditation bases with very simple movements like this. So again, continue to play with it, kick your jaw out a little bit, get that extra stretch in the neck, then come back to the eyes on the horizon. Figure out what you need to do. So this is all about your energy practice, what's going on in your body. I'm going to show you some fundamental moves, and then you incorporate each move as desired. I'll tell you what they're good for. If you just did this for 20 minutes a day for the rest of your life, you'd probably eliminate the majority of your problems. Anxiety, depression, lymph issues, structural issues, digestive issues, because you're massaging the organs going back and forth right now. Twisting is very important, and we don't do a lot of twisting or bending anymore.
Could this take care of your exercise as well?
Yes. This covers your exercise basis, guys. Exercise doesn't need to be complicated. Very simple. This is a fundamental way to move the lymph, which is the reason you need to exercise or move your body. And it also lubricates the tissues, the cerebral spinal fluid, the synovial fluid. You want your physiology and your biology to optimize. And then the body will automatically heal itself. This is nutrition coming in the form of energy, prana, life force energy. Just rocking back and forth gently. Try and slow it down, see what that tempo does. The slower you move, the faster chi moves. Bend your knees if you want, see what that feels like when they're more bent. Straighten them up a little bit, go off your toes. It moves every joint in the body, so when you come up on 75% of your weight on one foot, all your toe joints move too. Very gentle. Back and forth. The Zen swing is trending. Tongue on the roof of the mouth, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose.
So that's great. You can do your meditation and your exercise at the same time.
Yes. Becomes an efficient lifestyle choice. How to thrive in the concrete jungle. If you, the chi field is the highest. Sunrise and sunset. That's why if you go through Chinatown in San Francisco or anywhere in the world, you'll see the Asians out there doing their energy practice. little gentle movements. I was confirmed with my own Qigong practice when I was at the Grand Canyon, and a bus full of tourists came out. They were all Asians, and this one 80-year-old lady was simply lifting her arms above her head in a rhythmic fashion. And I see them actually in the park in Santa Monica as well. And so usually older people, it's part of the Asian culture. So little gentle movements help the body harmonize. So the mind has its own energy field, the heart has its own energy field, and the gut has its own energy field. You want to be fully integrated and harmonized as much as possible. That's why it's called the Zen swing. So you're syncing all your energy fields of the body when you're doing this. You're harmonizing them. So that's enough of that for right this second. You guys all feel your hands?
Buzzing.
Buzzing, baby. That's chi. That's prana. This is free energy. Everybody's talking about Tesla technology. This is the real free energy. You can literally heal yourself or heal others. So cultivating the energy. Another practice that I like to do is shaking. So our emotional body, we store a lot of that tension in our tissues, and over our lifetime, it builds up. And so, just shake it out. Get your butt in there as well.
That's right.
Do it, Troy.
Perfect. The 1 foot, do the hokey pokey. Shake it out. Somebody taught me, I was going through my divorce and a woman told me to start shaking, and I did. And I do cold showers too, so it's great when you get out of a cold shower. You just let the energy flow through you and you kind of shake off all the dirty electricity and emotions and psychic density, that we pick up from the world. Okay, second exercise, third or fourth exercise, depending on which ones we're calling exercise. Tying our shoes on 1 foot. This is called ape hands. Can I get you to move in the center a little bit, because we got a little camera over there. Thanks, brother. Good, perfect. So we're just taking our gently. Remember, gently, guys. Everyone's shoulder complex is a little bit different. This will open up your breathing 50%. Before we're done, I'm going to give you a gift to show you how to repattern all your breathing apparatus. So you're breathing from the diaphragm in the face of stress. Our panic receptors are in our neck. A lot of us are mouth breathers. Stress comes on, I become a mouth breather too, So you're on the computer, driving in traffic, you get to work, whatever the case may be. You need your energy freshed up. Do 100 of these. So this is going to open up the thoracic, your shoulders, your mid-back. It's going to open up your breathing capacity by 50%. A lot of stuck energy, and if we don't do something about it, it becomes frozen shoulder, or it becomes back pain, neck pain. Also, what you're getting from this, the earth, when you do this in the earth, remember the chi field is highest at sun up and sun down. So to optimize your practice, do it at those times, or do it at both times if you're looking to really optimize. So 20 minutes is a therapeutic of these moves, 20 minutes. But ultimately, the earth has a negative redox potential. It's literally an antioxidant. Oxidation or toxic compounds have a positive charge. And so being barefoot in the earth is an antioxidant. It also picks up on the energy field of the earth, so it harmonizes you naturally to the nature and biology around us. But you can also, the earth recycles our garbage. So this is, you can just throw emotional garbage right in there. Boom, just let that stuff out. Get it off, get the weight of the world off your shoulders. Again, this will just improve your breathing pattern where you'll be done with the exercise. You don't even have to think about it. You'll be breathing more efficiently. And cellular respiration is so important because it moves metabolic waste. And so if we're shallow breathing, that's going to translate into the cells. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
So cellular respiration is very important. So fixing your breathing apparatus so you are optimized is going to help you be healthy. Breath is the #1 form of nutrition. No breath, you're dead in 3 to 5 minutes. No water, you're dead in 7 to 10 days. No food, 40 to 50 days. These are the essential necessities for humans. Everything else is a want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everything else is a want. This whole idea of consumerism, what do we want? What we want is peace and harmony and love. That's what we want. Everything else is confusion. And the antidote for complexity is simplicity. And this, how simple is this, guys?
Very simple.
Simple. Simple, simple, Simon. And that's the thing. People think, it's too simple. That doesn't work. Let me tell you, you want energy? Do this. You want weight loss? Do this. You want detoxification? Do this. Get your body optimized, breathing properly. If you're tight, you've got some work to do. Be consistent. 5 minutes has tremendous value for de-stressing the body. 20 minutes has therapeutic value. Does that make sense? So do it when you can, what you can. So that's the 3rd or 4th exercise. The next exercise I want to show you, this is going to repattern the whole breathing apparatus. And this is what my mentor termed working in. So working out is a stress. Stress is good to stimulate muscles to grow. But if you're dealing with elevated chronic stress factors, you want to lower your stress. And this is a de-stressing exercise. This is the antidote to a lot of the issues that we're seeing in the world today. This is going to help de-stress the body. So this move that I'm going to show you right now, and we're going to do it in a circle. Let me see if we can get a good line going. So everybody get behind each other. See if we can do this efficiently. And so let me demo. So you're going to come up and breathe. Exhale. Again, balancing on that one leg, right? And from here, opening up the diaphragm, opening up that upper thoracic, right? Gently gazing at the ground below you, go into a meditative state. It's called the stork walk. So it's a bird flying. Get artistic with this. Make it feel good. Make it feel good in your body, right? Harmonize your breath with your movement. This is going to retrain your diaphragm to open up and breathe properly. You also have the 5 energy meridians. Keep moving, guys. Do the best you can, staying in the circle. Slower you move, the faster chi moves. This is in through the nose and out through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth. You have 5 meridians in your hands. They correspond to all the energy centers that flow through the body. And so you want to bring the energy up here, and then when you come into this, you drop the energy through your body with your hands, just like that, right? Like this, then drop them here. I'll demo. You guys want to stop and watch me for a second? You're harmonizing your breath, right? So everything's empty. Okay, everybody move. Go ahead. You got it? Remember, you can do this as slow. If somebody's slow in front of you, just hold that position on your leg. Do it in place. You walk right in place and do it. Ideally, we'd be out in the park, on the beach, but we're here, so just make it work. But you guys will get the fundamentals and take it home and practice it. It's all about practice. Chi is energy, Gong is practice. I challenge you all to 100 consecutive days to do any of these exercises. I got more to teach you too. This is an hour-and-a-half class. The slower you go, the faster Chi's gonna move. Right here, David. That shoe tying exercise is gonna be good for you. Go around, check everybody. Drop these with the energy centers so you can bring it up like this. Drop it. That's it. Yeah, just a small little tweak, but you know, on the energetic level, you guys can't do this wrong. How about that? Woo! Newsflash, you can't do this wrong. Okay? You can't do it wrong. So don't. You're okay. Everything's okay. There's just optimization. The fingers. You know, you can optimize the breath, you can optimize, just really get into your body. Remember, you're just, be dramatic, be like, you know, a Broadway show, be. Just find your own little area. Rich has got a really good energy practice, you can watch him. He's making it his own, he's doing it. That's it, guys. Good work. Good work. You see how this works in the diaphragm? You see how it works with the stabilizers? So if your head falls over and you crack your head, you're dead. And the mind knows this. Our biggest fear is falling. I did a ropes course and jumped off a 40-foot telephone pole. It's the scariest and most liberating thing that I did. I had a harness on me, of course. So we're afraid of falling over and cracking our cranium. And your stabilizers go up through your leg, wrap around your spine, your psoas, your hip flexors. And this is what keeps you alive, man. Right? Your stabilizers. That's what keeps you alive. And if they're out, you want to work on that. Because remember, walkers and immobility, breaking hips, all that stuff is what you can look forward to in your older age. Or you could just do this. And again, pull up the Qigong Masters on YouTube. And they've got full apparatus of their, full function of their apparatus, right? It's not about, you know, they lift a truck up in the ground. It's can they walk down the street and pick up their grandchild or your great-grandchild, which I hear is the biggest joy in the world to have a grandchild. So remember, harmonizing the breath. I want to give you guys enough of a taste of it so you know exactly what it is. I've got videos online that you can watch if you forget. I'm going to go through one by one to make sure full movements. Perfect. I would bring the knee up so that you get all your hip flexors and your psoas all active. Right, so bring it up here. Good work. Good work. And if you're practicing at home, you can speed it up and slow it down. Find your own tempo. So, I know it's challenging to do it in this. When I learned it in in a group like this too. It's the same thing.
Are your hips supposed to be tucked?
You don't have to focus on that. Just bring that knee up.
Down.
This knee is connected in there. You're opening up the diaphragm, right? We can talk about pelvic tilt later. Let's just get you focused on the movement. Emptying out the lungs all the way at the bottom. That's it. Bringing it up. Balancing. Okay. See you.
It's just they keep getting stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck there and just kind of.
Yeah, that's fine. Stagger. You can stagger.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to check, make sure I'm teaching you properly. Here, drop the meridians in your hand. So if you come up like this, and then you drop them down like that. There you go. Just a small tweak. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and if you fall over or you're working on your balance, that's where you're at. No problem. David, doing great. Doing great. Okay. That's it. Good work. You want to get the coordination so that you're doing everything together. I know this room's a little bit awkward, but good work. Good work. That's it. That's it. Yep. Feel free to flood those lungs with as much oxygen as you can get in there. Open up that diaphragm. So as you perfect and ground into the movement, what this is going to help you do is breathe deeply in the face of stress. You're going to be breathing from your diaphragm, activating the parasympathetic nervous system response, which has the ability to heal itself. The body has the ability to heal itself. Good work, guys. Good work. Good work. Everybody's doing good work. Never underestimate the simplicity of this. Good work, guys. All right, come back around. We'll shake that out a little bit. Woo, pokey, pokey. Okay, another way to cultivate energy, we'll get you to stagger over here. So you guys can come out right next to me. That's good, just so we're out of the way of the cameras. Okay, so we're just gonna do gentle tapping to get the circulatory system working. And again, this gets to work on your balance. If you need to stand against the wall or a chair, go ahead and do that. Be honest with yourself. It's going to stimulate lymph flow. Bottoms of the feet too. I can already tell, doing it in a hotel room with my shoes on, outside with my shoes off, night and day. You're going to get all that energy, all the chi and prana from the earth. We got lymph nodes right in here, guys. Gentle. Gentle. We're moving the tissues gentle. Get those glutes to fire. Smack that ass. Woo! Get those tissues. Usually what happens, people are eating inflammatory agents, they blow out their gut, and then their ass goes. Fire when you're walking from the glutes, right? Not from your lower back. That's where lower back pain comes from. Each hand. Under these lymph nodes, anybody heard of breast cancer? Keep that stuff moving. Tumors form in there. Gently hit the organs. chest, beat your chest. Whoa! Right? You get that primal activity going, right? You don't have to. You can if you want. Go out to the ocean, jump in a cold body of water, do your primal scream, especially for men. Men, we need it. Especially in the society that we live in right now. It's not okay to be a man. Get out there and yell! I'm a man! I'm alive!
Me woman, hear me roar.
Is it a woman's scream?
Well, it's good for women too, but men really need it, right? It's a necessity. You guys can get together and make food and it solves the same issue. Love on the kids. Okay, so the jewel of this is the jade pillow, right? So when you do the face, be gentle. You want a good little facelift, get some mobility into the face. I'll show you some facial stretches later. But the jade pillow, which is where the occiput and the neck meets, I studied with Montauk Chia. This will stimulate brain function. You can feel the shockwave go right down into your toes. Be gentle though, guys. I'm aggressive because I know my body and I know what I can handle. If you want a little bit of stimulation, that's what the Vikings used to do to their youngins when they were acting up. Whack! Right on the back of the jade pillow. You don't need to be a Viking to do that, right? Stimulates blood flow to the brain and nerve flow to the rest of the body. Okay, shake that out too. Okay, so now we're going to go into, this is where the Zen swing came from. It's a Tai Chi warm-up. So you're just allowing your body, your arms to gently swing, but this time we're hitting the internal organs. Slow it down, you can hit the glutes, right? Speed it up a little bit faster, you can get it into the lower intestines, start getting into the kidneys. Just gentle, back and forth. Eyes closed, tongue on the roof of the mouth, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Find that natural wave rhythm inside of yourself. You can't do this wrong, guys. You can't do it wrong. You can only do it. You'll figure it out. If you're doing it wrong, eventually you'll figure it out. And you'll just come back into something that flows for you. I like to get my neck moving. Find that sweet little rhythm. This is gently massaging your internal organs. We want to regenerate these organs. Come over here. Gentle.
They're everywhere.
There's two of them. So you offer both your shoulders.
Both of them.
You're on the spot.
Just gently swinging back and forth. Find that momentum in those arms. A little bit harder of a swing, you can get the shoulder heads. I like to do both tempos. I go really slow and I get my glutes. And then I speed it up and start to get the lungs and the heart. I do one where I get it up into my brachial plexus where I have stagnation in my neck. Slow it back down. So you're healing yourself. This is self-massage, self-healing. Again, this will cover all your exercise bases. You get into it, be a little dramatic, bend the knees, cock the head.
You know all your exercise bases. What do you mean by that?
So you don't have to work out, you can work in, and it will serve the same purpose of moving your lymph and your circulatory system and your nervous system. But more importantly, this is going to harmonize your hormones because it's going to lower your stress levels, right? Working out and weight training and strenuous exercise serves its purpose if you have the energy or the athletic ability most of what's being done in the gym, these guys are young guys on steroids designing these programs that are healthy for them. It's not right for everyone, man. You gotta assess everything. And we could just stop this conversation right now and send you guys out walking. Walking is the #1 prescribed exercise for me. If you can just be consistent in walking every day, you don't even need this.
Is there any certain way to do it that makes it even more powerful when you just walk?
Power walk.
Barefoot.
I do that.
So,
Well, aren't you picking up toxins from, I mean, if you go.
look, we've trashed this planet. It's now time to wake up. We don't need to split hairs. The oceans are contaminated, the farmland's contaminated, the air is contaminated. Do the best you can without being neurotic, right? Because neurosis is a mental disorder, and that's a dysfunction, and we don't need more dysfunction. We need functional humans, functional diagnostic nutrition.
Can I ask you a personal question then? How,
Go ahead, wait, let me finish.
As long as you're walking and moving, you're getting rid of, you're draining the lymphatic system.
Mobilizing.
Mobilizing. So that's what really matters. Even if you're walking toxins, you're still mobilizing or moving the toxins out of your system.
Correct.
Find a few trees to breathe in.
Yes. So the detoxification pathways are perspiration, respiration, defecation, urination, and exfoliation. So this will mobilize into the cellular structure. The cellular automatically takes in nutrition and gets rid of waste. And so, right.
The oxygen.
Correct.
That's what we're doing here, right?
Correct. This is oxygenating the body, it's moving the lymph, it's moving the nervous system, it's harmonizing, it's activating the stabilizers. I mean, the list could go on. There's probably 50, 80 benefits to Qigong. And so, and you don't even have to call this Qigong, you can just call this moving your body.
So the tapping, is it vibrating? Is it like
Yes.
splashing the water?
Yes. Very, very gentle. You don't need much. You'll see Conor McGregor when he walks into the octagon, he trained with those guys and he's walking from his hip flexors and, it's getting that animal flow, right? I'm gonna teach you guys some breath work. We'll get animal in here for sure. And so, just gently moving those tissues. Giving yourself poetic license. Just move your body, tune it up. Okay, another Qigong move that I like, and this is for mobilizing the neck. It's called sheathing the sword. You're going to turn your head one way, and this you can harmonize your breath. Not all these movements, like the Zen swing, not all of it's harmonized with your breath, meaning inhale in, exhale out, inhale in. But this particular one you can. So inhale in, exhale, and sheath the swords on the other side. Get into those glutes. Spread your legs out a little bit wider. Come away from that chair a little bit. There you go. Get into that body. Okay? Get those hips, those knees working. Most of the people I've talked to that have had surgery, it's never ever 100% and often worse than the surgery itself. Some of these fundamental movements, I also recommend hanging for 2 minutes a day. Get a pull-up bar in your house and just hang. That'll alleviate many back issues and shoulder issues. And I also recommend full body squats. We're doing 30-day challenge, 30 minutes a day in a full squat. So sheathing the sword. Meet yourself exactly where you're at. You can't do this wrong. one of the things I like to do to sometimes begin the practice, but also end the practice, is just face the sun. Bring the energy of the sun, again, that diaphragmatic breathing, right? Take the sun energy and slowly move it through the chakras. This is where you could do a pelvic tilt. Who's asking me about pelvic tilt? So just play with your tilt. There you go. It's a minor tilt. This is your pelvic tilt, right? You want to find that neutral spot. Play with your pelvic tilt and understand where your pelvis is and help to adjust it. Find that sweet spot, that neutral pelvic tilt for yourself. But this one you can do it in. So if your back is too arched, right? Just tuck the tail underneath just a little bit. Find the sweet spot for yourself. Bring the energy all the way through the chakras. Slow. The slower you move, the faster chi moves. Now we're going to get into a little bit more advanced. We're going to go into some breath work, guys. So go ahead and find a nice seated position. You need a pillow, use a pillow. So breath work, exercise, nutrition. My objective for teaching is to simplify, to take the nebulous into the practical. Practical application of the basics. People just cover their basics. They don't need anything. They don't need the fancy stuff, right? So find a position that's comfortable for you. You can also get on your knees. You can sit in a chair if that's more beneficial for you. If anybody needs a chair, feel free to take one, please. Because these exercises may be intense, depending on the intensity that you give it. So you assess your own intensity and you figure out, how much you want to go for. But this is one of the most powerful exercises that I know. Breath is life, guys. We need breath. We need energy, prana, life. When your body's flooded with oxygen, it has the ability to heal itself, to take away metabolic waste. The opposite of that, it can create stagnation and all sorts of disease and all sorts of problems. So breathing is fundamental. If you want to bump up your breath work a little bit and everything else and just bump up your health, start getting into cold showers. We live in you're domesticated animals right now. We're not meant to be in this room with this carpet off-gassing formaldehyde and stuff like that. We're meant to be outside, living with the living energy and the prana of the earth. We're meant to have that blue light from the sun in during the day and not have that when it's time to go to bed. So breath is at the cornerstone of everything. That's why even strenuous exercise is good, or cardio. There is no bad exercise. It's just what you have the available energy for and the athletic ability. And so, but everyone's got energy to do these gentle practices. So we're going to do 10 conscious breaths. How about that? I normally do 90 and I do sets of 30, right? So I do 30 conscious breaths. I like to do retention because it helps to build the lung capacity. So I do an exhale retention as well as an inhale retention. Again, don't go cerebral, just look at me. We'll try some stuff out. We'll try a couple of other things, and then you'll walk away with poetic license to take 10 conscious breaths every day. I don't care how you get them in, whether you're lying flat on your back, whether you're in a cold shower, which is stimulated, oh, this is a good idea. If I don't breathe, I'm gonna freeze. So to open up the lungs. So whatever stimulation whatever you take away into the world, it's just take away something, and that's to ultimately breathe. So I'm gonna do 10 conscious breaths, and then I'm gonna hold on the inhale. So I'll just do a demo. It's gonna look like this. In through the nose and out through the mouth. There's various ways. I'll show you one with in through the nose and out through the nose. So This one, I'm going to teach you. My breathwork coach taught me this. He said, if you don't have a lot of time, then just do this. And so it's called Bastrika. And so we're going to do a lion's breath out. I'll demo first. We're going to do a lion's breath out, and then we'll do 10 breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Very intentional breaths. Full lungs, full out. Full lungs, because remember, there's a lot of gas that gets trapped, stale air, stale oxygen in our lungs. We want to empty that stuff out. And so, and then on the 11th breath, I'm going to hold. Okay? So, back slowly when you get the reflex to breathe again. Come back into your nose and out through your nose. This is going to whack you into a very parasympathetic state quick. So, so again, the lion's breath out to get all the gas out, and then we're doing 10 intentional breaths. When you hold the top one, it works on your knees better because it opens up the diaphragm and drops the shoulders. Be careful, guys, because depending on the intensity that you do it with and how much intensity you do the retention with, you can pass out, right? This activates the pineal gland and shoots a lot of energy up there. Then you could probably just, sitting in the chair is probably fine for you. This is powerful, so you can just breathe with us. You don't have to do retention if it's too powerful. You don't have to do the retention, just let go, all right? So 10 breaths, we're gonna hold on the 11th. Ready? Lion's breath first, and then 10 breaths. Ready? Hold. So the mechanism behind that, everybody feel a drop in energy?
Yes.
The mechanism behind that is it stimulates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve goes from our brain through our heart chakra into our gut. And it's something that needs to be stimulated and massaged for optimal health and activated. And most of it's been turned off because the food supply has been tampered with and shut down our gut microbiome and cause all sorts of problems. We're not connected mind to heart, mind to body, etc. And so it's one tool to activate the vagus nerve, which is, in my opinion, very important. So, so that's Bastrika. I would do 3 rounds of that and call it a day. It's like, I gotta hurry up. I don't have a lot of time for breath work. One of the techniques of breath work that I like to do is breath of fire. I watch my Hickson Gracie and Crone Gracie. They're the heirs to the Gracie legacy, the biggest martial arts legacy to ever walk the face of the planet. And they do very intense breath work as well. And I learned some of this from them. So they do breath of fire. And so breath of fire is quick. It's in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's a little bit different from Bastrika. And so it looks like this. And I turn my head because you have all these other lymph nodes in here and what the yogis call nadis. So you got the chakras, which are energy centers of the body. But then you have the nadis, which are the energy centers all over your body, really, but there's a lot of them in the face. And so the breath of fire looks like this. I like to do exhale retention, all the gas. So what I did was exhale retention, and then I activated all my organs inside. They call it nali. I only know the first part of it, which is vacuuming your stomach. The yogis can massage their whole internal organs by themselves. I just get my fingers in there. I learned some Taoist massage. So again, the vagus nerve and your ganglia, your nerve endings. A lot of nerve endings that get attached to your emotions as well. So if you can just get in there and touch them, it's a good time because you've got your whole lungs are emptied and you've got your organs all accessible. Just touch it. It doesn't need much. And you'll notice there's some sore spots, like my third chakra and my second chakra. It's like, which is your power center, And so a lot of stored emotions in there. And so I give you permission to just get in there and touch it and feel it. So you got the vagus nerve that comes down through here, and then the nerve endings go around the belly button in a clockwise, and then you got the four corners. You got your descending colon, your ascending colon, your liver, spleen, and pancreas up in there. Just touching them will be fine. When you come back and you breathe in, I like to do the retention there, and then you can move into wherever it's sore and stretch into that. Wim Hof has people do push-ups and stuff. You can do all sorts of miracle stuff, and people can hold their breath, 2 to 4 minutes or so. We're not trying to set a world record here. We're just trying to give you a little bit of experience with breath work and demystify it ultimately. And so without further ado, let's just do a little breath of fire. Then we'll do exhale retention. Play with it around with the stomach massage. Wait till the gag happens to where your survival mechanisms kick in, and then fill up and hold that too. Right? So you got exhale retention, inhale retention, breath of fire. Right? Okay.
In and out of the nose.
Yes.
In and out.
Yes. Yes. If you want a bigger activation, you want to open up your heart center, you can open up your thumbs like that and breathe like that. But it's not necessary. It's just extra, right? Little kundalini thrown in for you guys. Okay, without further ado, we're going to breathe and do exhale retention and then inhale retention. Okay, and go. All the way out. Hold. Okay. Everybody feel that? Pretty simple, right? And free 50 free. So, mean, that's a lot of information for you guys. I hope that you can take away that. I wanted to leave one other thing. Anybody got the time?
1:45.
Okay. Ideally, we have 15 minutes. Does anybody want to do another round?
Yeah, let's do another round we just did.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I will elaborate. Why don't we do a Wim Hof round just to give him props? Wim Hof is the Iceman. His wife had cancer, lots of stress, 4 kids. She was depressed. Then she committed suicide. And this is back in the early 80s. And he wanted to survive, and he was depressed himself. And he started, I think, reading the Yoga Sutras to the point where he can write Sanskrit. I didn't know this until my friend is making the film on him, and he explained this to me. So he's basically demystified and popularized yoga all in one and made it an online phenomenon, right? And so it's basically breathing and jumping in an ice bath or a cold shower. Wim Hof. So and he's got an app and everything else. So as far as I can see, and his whole thing is breathe, motherfucker. You know, that's his whole thing. Like, we could sit here and talk about techniques and stuff, but either that, you could just adopt something and go, I'm going to breathe. I started my practice having really difficult time in my marriage and dealing with my wife, and I knew that it was an inside job, and I had to do something. And I knew about breath, and I heard about, you know, I just said, I'm gonna make 15 conscious breaths. I did it in the shower. I made sure I got on my knees so I didn't fall over or anything. And I just started breathing. And 15 breaths, conscious breaths, was hard in the beginning. It was really hard. And now I'm up to, you know, it looks like I'm a master, but I'm just a rookie just like anybody else.
I don't think so, Troy.
Well, you know, so anyhow, you know, I like to have the you know, novice mind. You know, I don't know anything, and there's nothing new under the sun. This isn't my information. I'm just sharing it as much as possible. I have a world with children that I want to save, and so the more people I can activate and elevate on their own God-given gifts, the better I think it will make the world, and then we'll all start realizing that all the systems need to be rewired, right? Re-engineered. And so, so Wim.
Yeah, is it the philosophy of more is better? But if you're gonna, I guess that's my question is, for breathing, I mean, if you're in a hurry, you say do this, but for optimum health, is it like 3 times a day better than 1 at one time, or a certain length of time? Or just more is better?
Just once a day.
Okay.
Just do it. I don't care if it's 5 breaths, and build on your practice. I challenge you already to walk away on 100 days, consecutive days of anything that I've taught.
And just breathe one time, just do that. But I'm talking about specific breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing sort of oxygen and oxygenating the body at full potential.
Yeah. What feels good for you? 5 breaths a day? 10 breaths a day? You want to do 15? You want to start out with 15?
No, I just go until I can't and start there.
Okay. So do that. Give yourself permission to do breath work. Do it right when you wake up. While you're in bed, either that or go to your meditation room if your husband's sitting next to you, whatever. You know, whatever's gonna make you feel good, but I like to do it right in bed. Because I know it'll get done.
Remember when you went to your class and they tell you how to breathe? That's pretty much exactly what Wim Hof does as well. The same style of breathing that you would have learned in your class is pretty much exactly that as well.
And again, you could do it in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the, it doesn't matter. Now we're gonna do Wim is in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you wanna get as much oxygen in and out as you can. And so we're gonna do 10 conscious breaths. Again, I like exhale retention and inhale retention. I think they both have a tremendous value. I like to stretch on my inhale because you got all that oxygen in there, and I got this kink in the back of my thoracic, and I like to stretch that out. When I got a full oxygen load, I get in there and I just, so play around with it. You know, you're your own yoga practitioner. You could call it yoga, you could call it Taoism, you call it shit on a stick. I don't care. Right?
And these tapes are for sale, right?
Yes, ma'am. And hey, I'll have it available about 10, 15 minutes after the master's done.
Shit, we'll market it. Shit on a stick.
That's right. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'll be so happy.
Oh my God.
Melissa, you, I'll just be like, I don't care.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so So yeah, Wim Hof likes to do in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll do the exhale retention, and we don't have to do the dramatic emptying of the lungs as well. Just out and hold, and then when you get the reflex to breathe in, hold that. Got it? Let's do 30 breaths for you guys, right? Give you a full experience. I do 30 3 times. That's my breath work practice. Then I do a cold shower, because you heat up the body and the capillaries and the circulatory system so you can naturally handle the cold, right? And start with the extremities, the feet and the hands first, and work your way up to that, right? After your warm shower, start working with the extremities, right? Just play with it. And then the next day, do more, until you're in there, like me in the morning, woo, it's freezing! And you film it, put it on Instagram, and everybody's inspired, and it's trending. It's trending right now, which is good. We need alive human beings reclaiming our divinity here on planet Earth. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do 30 conscious breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna hold on the retention out and hold on the retention in. Okay, got it? Out, retention first. Exhale, retention first. 30 conscious breaths, guys. Here we go. Exhale, retention all the way out. Good work, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you like anything that you saw, I've made a lot of videos on YouTube. They're free. I cover this in my daily practice on my Instagram. Please share my Instagram, share my YouTube, share these videos.
What's your Instagram?
We're here to heal the planet, ultimately. Healing ourselves, healing the planet. Certified Health Nut. I am Troy Casey, the Certified Health Nut. I have stickers for everyone.
Thank you.
Sticker. Come over to my booth.
Thank you.
I've got organic nutrition, superfoods. We've got a 40-day cleanse. I gave you guys one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here, you guys got one.
Ooh.
I'll take another.
I want to be on camera. Hello, me.
Have a great time. I'll get a picture of you, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Let me see, my camera's over here.
Okay, good.
It's awesome stuff.
Okay, good, man.
Troy, you got a card?
Yeah.